Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nicole. I'm an astrologer, card reader using tarot and the cards of truth, and I'm a life coach. And this is my channel dedicated to all of those things, plus spiritual topics in general. If you're interested in booking a reading or a coaching session with me, you may do so at my website, NicoleBrenny.com. I also offer classes in the cards of truth. My current class has been completely sold out, but please stay tuned to my channel or my newsletter. I think there should be a link for that below so that you can get updates on when the next offering will be. So I'm going to see who's all here because I haven't made a live video in almost a week. And I wanted to use this video to show you guys how to find out your soul planet and also to just catch up with you, to let you know what I've been doing, to let you know that I've been working really, really hard on astrology stuff and just to see what you guys are up to. So let's see who's in the chat. Arian is here. Arian, hello, nice to see you. So before I really get into it, let's just get right into it actually. So the soul planet is something that I've been talking about recently in a lot of my videos. If you guys saw my video about my personal closet, that was based off of the fact that Saturn is my Atmakaraka or soul planet. And because our soul planet can tell us so much about ourselves, I was using that planet to show my wardrobe, my clothes, what I wear. So if you look at, I'm going to try to find the exact book here. If you look in, I'm looking at Ernst Wilhelm's Upadesha Sutras. There is a list here of how to find the Atmakaraka and also what the Atmakaraka means. And the definition of the Atmakaraka basically is the planet that describes the self, the individual, the soul, the character, or the essence. So in a way, I almost think of the soul planet as your birth card. It's like this person that you always are deep down inside of yourself. It's the person that you're always trying to reconnect with, no matter all the crazy things that life does to us and the crazy places that life takes us. And it's the part of you which is truly you. It's not the you that people try to make you be. It's the part of you that is truly, truly you. And this planet will describe who you are based off of the qualities of the planets. And I definitely have worked a lot on sharing with you what the qualities of the planets are. I think the best resource I have for really knowing what the qualities of the planets are as of now are my makeover videos. I do these makeover videos and people sometimes don't really understand why I'm doing them, but I actually work with the planets for weeks to months at a time, really soaking in their essence. I'm actually working on one right now, which I wish I could share with you, but I want it to be a surprise. And during this time, I get different symbols and information about the planets that you don't really find in books. So I use the ancient Vedic texts as well as the impressions that I'm receiving from like contemplating and working with that planet to show you exactly what the planets are all about. So if you look at my makeover videos, I have a whole playlist. I will be completing every single planet as well. You're going to understand what the essence of the planets are one by one individually. So I definitely recommend that as my best resource. And then with every single planet I've done so far, I think there should be a link to an accompanying article on my blog, listentothestars.wordpress.com. And that's where I go through and I explain all the different decisions that I've made for the different planets that I've done the makeover for. So you can kind of look and see what each particular planet really represents, the colors, the sense that it represents, the type of environment that it represents, all of that. So once you do find out your soul planet, maybe this video isn't going to be long enough for me to really explain, okay, well, what is the moon all about? Or what is Saturn all about? But I already have those resources. And so after you watch this video, you can go and you can watch all my other videos on those topics. I've also done a lot of planetary videos as precursors to my makeover videos. So before I did my Rahu makeover video, I did a lot of planets about the nodes. Before I did my Saturn video, I did a lot of videos about Saturn. So there's a lot of resources for you on my channel and on my blog to kind of help you to really understand the essence of the planet that is your soul planet. Okay, so basically finding the soul planet is super, super helpful because like I said, you can figure out more about your essence, you can connect with that planet. Now, this isn't going to be perfect. And the reason why it's not going to be perfect is because your planet will be impacted by which house that it's in and what other planets interact with it. Maybe your soul planet is conjunct other planets. So those are other things to take into consideration, that you might not just be purely sun. You know, you might have a sun and moon conjunction. So it might be important for you, if you understand a little bit of astrology, to look at which planets most strongly influence your soul planet, and you can find out a little bit more about how that planet will be modified. So my soul planet is Saturn, but it's receiving aspects from many other planets. So I'm not just this really serious person. I'm also funny. I'm also really creative. And that's like, these qualities are what I consider my essence, my soul. Okay. Then when you know your soul planet, when you start to learn other techniques, you can actually make better predictions, way more specific predictions, and you can find out more about what your purpose is here in this lifetime, or what your purpose is in this lifetime here on the planet. So let me see what you guys are saying. Wow, so many people. We have Jan, Still Earth Journey, Anissa, good morning, and here it is afternoon. Rahu cannot be your Amakaraka, and I hope I didn't put Rahu as one of the photos. That'd be funny if I did. Hello from Costa Rica to Anna. And yeah, I love that so many of my clients and so many of my subscribers are just from all over the world. It's so amazing. What if my Amakaraka is badly placed? Sun is my Amakaraka and it's in Libra in the 6th house. Well, honestly, it could be debilitated, but other things could be canceling the debilitation. So you want to look into that. And plus, I think that the 6th house is actually a good placement for the sun, because the sun can use his malefic energy to kind of it's also confusing to me. Well, this is really simple. This technique is super simple. That's why I wanted to make this video, because I know I don't do a lot of technique videos, but this is like the easiest. I think it's the easiest one. So basically there's one planet in your chart that is going to tell you what your essence is. This planet is most closely going to describe your essence. Also, I don't know if I'm freezing a lot or not, and I hope I'm not, but if I am, I apologize. And my hair is really crazy because I surf all morning, and it's kind of turning blonde, which is pretty cool, I think. Okay, so your soul planet is the planet in your chart, and it can only be certain planets: Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, and Saturn. Can only be these 7 planets. I'll say them again because my internet kind of cut out. Your soul planet is going to be either Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, and Saturn. And it's going to be one of those planets that's in the highest number of degrees. So 30 is the highest number of degrees per sign. So it has to be the closest to 30 degrees out of any of them. And it might be close. So you want to look not just at like if it's 29, but it could be 2914, 2928, whatever it says on there. It's going to be the planet closest to 30 degrees. Okay. So if one planet is 1 degree less, the planet in the highest degrees is still your soul planet. So my Atmakaraka is Saturn. I'm going to show you guys now. I'm going to take you in to this chart calculator at vaultoftheheavens.com. I'm not going to spend too much time on this screen just because of the fact that I think it will slow down my connection, but let's just go in. So you can go to this chart here and you can just type in your random name. And I'm actually going to type this in quick without sharing the screen because it's going to autofill and I don't want you to see my personal information or my family's personal information. And I'm going to make up a person called Jan. And we're just going to put a random date and time. And they're going to be from Seattle. And let's see what happens. I just basically want to show you a chart. And I feel like my I honestly feel like my resolution is so bad right now. Okay. Oh, I should have put your information in there. Champagne. I apologize. Hello, Oceana. Ocean A 323. Don't worry so much about being good at it or not. I'll try to do what I can for Vedic astrology to make it easier for everyone if I can. Okay, I'm going to share the screen with you again, but again, like I said, my internet seems to be kind of weird right now, so I'll just do this quickly. Okay, so this is loading still. And this is a North Indian style chart. So it's just one way of showing the horoscope. There are different ways of doing that. So this person has Jupiter at 24 degrees, Saturn at 20 degrees. We're not going to pay attention to K2 because he cannot be the Atmakaraka. Venus at 12 degrees, Mercury at 19 degrees. And I just did that by hand. I went through every single planet except for Rahu and Ketu. I saw the degrees they were in, and I tried to find the one closest to the 30th degree. But if you are using this chart calculator, which I linked in the description box so you can easily find it, you'll notice that at the very top right-hand corner of this chart, there's a little table that says AK, AMK, BK, MK, PUK, PIK, GK, DK. So it sounds like a bunch of gibberish. If you look at this first column, first row, it says AK, which means Atmakaraka. Below it, you're going to see the planet that is in the highest number of degrees in your chart, and you'll easily be able to find your Atmakaraka without even going through this process. So AK in this table is going to show you your soul planet. So this person's soul planet is the moon. Okay, let me see if you guys saw that. Why is my computer so slow? I'm not talking just because I'm waiting to see what you are all saying. So as far as I know, you do not use Rahu and Ketu as your Atmakaraka. Some people do use that. Okay, some people are using that. Depends on the calculations that you use. Okay, so if a person has moon as their Atmakaraka, any significations of the moon are going to relate to that person's, their soul essence, their soul nature. So we saw Nina, who came onto my channel from the channel Party Trick Astrology, and she was showing us her closet, the clothing that she owned. And she has moon Atmakaraka. So because of her essence of being a very emotional, sensitive kind of person, whenever she was thinking about clothes, sorry, it's so loud. There's this girl staying in the house next to us and she has a crazy motorcycle, but it's super loud. I hope you can hear me still. But when she was picking out clothes, she did it in a really emotional way. So every single item that she has a memory or some kind of an emotion attached to it. Whereas Saturn is my Atmakaraka, my soul essence. And so when I approach my clothes, I'm more so looking for clothes that are old or used or thrifted or worn out, because Saturn signifies things that are worn out, old, used, whereas moon signifies things that would be maybe the person has an emotional attachment with. And moon also signifies new things because moon is always changing and changeable. So also Nina was purchasing a lot of new clothing. And I really apologize for this crazy, crazy loud noise. Can you guys hear me? I hope that she leaves soon. Okay. I don't know honestly what she's doing. It's making me mad. Okay, so that is how you find your soul planet. There are other different things that you can look at that table. So you can see the planet that signifies your siblings. You can see the planet that signifies your spouse or the people that you're going to date, all that kind of stuff, which is really, really important 4 different techniques in Vedic astrology. And this particular technique comes from Vedic astrology and a specific branch called Jaimini astrology. Okay, the girl's leaving, thank God. It's like the loudest motorcycle I ever heard in my life. Okay, so what else I was gonna say is that, now I forgot what I was gonna say because I got distracted by the noise. Let me see what you all are saying. Give this video a thumbs up if you're gonna go find your soul planet later on today. I know, literally, it's like the craziest looking motorcycle. So the interesting thing, Anna, is that if you use this chart, the type of astrology that I study actually uses the tropical zodiac. So it's going to be very, very similar in terms of like where your planets are as maybe the calculations you normally use for astrology. The only thing is that Vedic astrology uses equal houses. So if your planet is in like 29 degrees, or your ascendant, if your first house cusp is in 28 degrees of Aries, that means that even though it's so late into Aries, your entire first house is going to be Aries. And then of course your entire second house is going to be Taurus. So that it's equal house. And I think that's where people get confused. But otherwise things are going to be very similar. The house cusps are going to be exactly where they need to be. It really just depends on what kind of calculations that you want to personally use. Okay. I was going to say something else, but I'm forgetting everything because of the loud noise, which I have no control over, but it's frustrating. But yes, it will really tell you your essence. And I think that to me, when I do so much life purpose technique with my clients, I find that your soul planet also has a lot to do with your life purpose, why you're here, because we can't really know what we're here to do unless we know who we are. So I think it's a very important planet for you all to look up. I think that if you find whatever planet you have, if I've made a makeover video for that planet, you should watch it. You should learn how to work with that planet. I know once I learned how to work a little bit better with Saturn, a lot of things in my life got a lot easier. It's just a really, really helpful technique to use. So let me see what else you are saying. Someone asked, what's the difference between dominant planet and soul planet? Soul planet specifically is like your essence, the thing that you are that never changes. So it's like this thing that you've always been since you were young, and maybe you get separated from that when you go through different things in life, but it's always what you're coming back to. It's like the part of you that your family knows is you. It's this part of you that will never change, will never go away. It's your character. It says a lot about who you are. The dominant planet could be more, I'm not really sure actually when people say dominant planet, honestly, I don't use dominant planet because I always ask the person dominant planet in which way. There's way too many ways to look at the horoscope. So I'd actually never choose a dominant planet. I mean, obviously, if you look at a certain person's chart, one planet is going to kind of, you know, hold everything down, but I don't think that everyone has a dominant planet. So to try to find one, sometimes to me seems to not make a lot of sense. All right. So Renee and I are both Saturn. And Emily is here. Hello, Emily. Emily took a lot of beautiful photos for me. If you look at my Instagram, listen to the stars _, and she's also a long-term coaching client of mine. So if you guys are coaching with me for many years like Emily, then you guys can come visit me in Costa Rica. That's how it works. So that's all I wanted to share with you today is how to find your soul planet, which will teach you a lot about who you are. And I will be making more videos related to the soul planet, I'm sure. And I will also be making more videos about the planets. And so then you're going to kind of know which planet is really important for you to watch. So besides the soul planet, I would also recommend, you know, your ascendant lord, which is your first house lord, the ruler of your first house. That's also a very, very important planet for you. Those are the ones that you should be paying attention to most likely the most. The other thing is that I will be having Party Trick Astrology on tomorrow to look at Shayna's closet. And Shayna is a Venus Atmakaraka, but her Venus is really modified by aspects from other planets. So you're going to see just how kind of crazy her wardrobe is. Then let me think of what else we have going on. I haven't really scheduled very many people for interviews and things. this week, but I wrote in my community page on YouTube just about different ideas that I'm having for videos. There are 2 videos that I've already made. One is a multi-astrologer video that I'm still waiting for a couple of little videos from these astrologers to edit the whole thing together. That one I'm working on, and I have a very personal video that I'm working on, which I don't know when I'm going to finish it, but I have a lot of things in the works for all of you. And I've just been also writing like a mad woman for the past few days for this book that I'm writing. And the research has been beautiful and inspiring and exciting. And I'm so excited to share with you guys what I've been discovering and putting together and learning and the research that I've been doing. So I really hope that I can get all this done within 2019. I don't know if it's possible, but it's just like really exciting right now. And who knows if it will stay that way. Whenever you're working on a big project, sometimes it's like you have these moments and then it goes away, but it seems like it's been building up. And this is like a book that I've been working on with research that started 8 years ago. So it's like something that feels like a really long time coming. And only now with studying the cards of truth, specifically, like, am I able to put all this stuff together? And I'm not going to tell you guys what the book is about because it's not even like about anything that you'd even think, but it's pretty cool. So I don't want to get you too excited, but I just want to let you know that if I haven't been making videos, it's for a good reason. And yes, and I also caught a lot of waves this morning, so that was good too. A lot of really good waves. All right, tell me, what if Atmakaraka is combust? So if the Atmakaraka is combust, you are dealing with a lot of influence of the sun. So it's really important for you to kind of not get too, how do I explain this? I want to use the right words. It's like, don't get too attached to the way that you think things need to be. Okay, and I actually want to, I don't even want to answer that question specifically right now in this video because I want to more eloquently address this in a bigger way with combust planets. So why don't I write this down as a question that I'm actually going to answer well? Combust Atmakaraka question. But the Atmakaraka is like who you are. So, you know, sometimes that can bring health issues or frustrations. Usually combustion, it's equal to frustration or health issues. But honestly, it's a little bit different than that. And I'll get into that. I will actually for sure make a video for you about if your Atmakaraka is combust, okay? And the reason I'm not answering the question is because I used to describe it in a different way, but because of all the research that I've been doing, it's different and I want to put it into the proper words. So stay tuned, please. I will answer that question well using the new research that I've just recently done. Okay, I need a reading. I would love one if you, or to learn from you. Sure, you can, if anyone wants a reading, you can always go to my website, NicoleBrenny.com, and I have lots of different options, and my schedule isn't as crazy. It was like really crazy for a while, and I think there's some availability now. Okay, someone said, what's the difference between Sun Atmakaraka and our new Atmakaraka placement? So when you're looking at a person's chart, you're gonna look at different things that signify the person. One of those things is the planet that rules over a person's entire chart. That's the first house lord, or the ruler of the first house. Then for everyone, Sun is the natural or Naisargika Karaka. I'm probably saying that wrong, but Naisargika, I think is how you say it, the natural Karaka. So then we look, where is the sun? That also tells us a piece of the puzzle, right? So it's like we have 2/3 of this puzzle filled. Then we find the Chara Karaka, or the movable Karaka, which the sun is everyone's Karaka for themselves, but let's get specific here is what astrology is saying. Like, not everyone is going to be best represented by the sun. So and I'm sorry, I really cannot concentrate with all this crazy noise. It's very hard. Okay. What happens if ascendant lord is the Atmakaraka? That means that it kind of makes it a little easier to read your chart because all things are going to point in the same direction. Like for me, it's really easy if the ascendant lord is the sun and the Atmakaraka is the sun and the natural karaka is the sun, because I only really have to look in one area of the chart to really know a lot about the person. It makes your life a little less scattered. It makes things like more focused in a certain direction. Vargodama, Atmakaraka, and own sign. That's really nice. When I say the ruler of the first house, do I mean the lord of the ascendant? Yes, absolutely. Vargodama, Atmakaraka significance, it really strengthens your chart. It strengthens all the significations. It makes things like, in a way, it just elevates everything about your chart. Same if you have a Vargodama ascendant. So when I use the word Vargodama, a lot of you don't know what I'm talking about, but it's basically the placements in the D9 being the same. And if you don't know what the D9 is, it's another chart that we look at. Some people would call it the 9th divisional chart. We're kind to see conversations with you and Carmina. I think we did an interview a really, really long time ago, but I don't think it's up anymore. Okay. Atmakaraka retrograde would also be nice to know. Yes, these are all good questions. And I do know that there is like specific differences to which I will explain to you guys about like the difference between the Lagna Lord, the Sun, and the Atmakaraka, but I don't want to get into that all in this video. So these are all extra videos that I was going to make. So this video is just about how to find it. But I do have an old answer for the combust Atmakaraka, but based off of the research, I'm going to change it and I'll approach that in a different video. Okay, I think this is all that I have time for. We have another guest arriving today. It's been really crazy because I'm doing a lot of writing. I'm preparing to go to the Maldives and then I'm traveling after that. And we've had like nonstop guests. So I'm just really trying to surf the waves of life right now between all of that. But I do have availability if you guys need readings before I leave as well. So feel free to do that before I get too crazy to set that up. Joe, yes. The answer is yes. Okay, so I'm gonna go. I could say a lot more, but it's like really chaotic. Also, the neighbors are pouring concrete. And so there's like noise from these neighbors, noise from this neighbor. I feel like this was like my most like chaotic live video in a really, really long time, but we're just gonna leave it as it is. And I will see you guys in my next video. Give me a thumbs up as a gift to the gods to maybe make my life a little bit more peaceful and calm. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Thank you for watching and subscribe if you haven't. Have a really, really good day. Bye.